our vlog. So I am Yvette Pabelona and I am with my friends. So for today's video, we were going to discuss the media and digital literacy. So I hope all the viewers out there and especially those students, I hope you must watch this video because this video will help you to understand more about our digital world. With the advent of technology, it is seemingly important to equip cognizance into ourselves about the prevailing concepts of media and digital literacy because we can't deny the fact that in every day we keep on dealing with crucial information from both media and digital platforms. Before we are going to a deep discussion of media and digital literacy, let us first establish the idea of literacy. In layman's term, literacy means the ability to read and write. But if you take a deep understanding with it, literacy does not just revolve on mere reading and writing, there's beyond it. According also to Cornell University, they define literacy as the ability to find, evaluate, utilize, share, create contents using information technologies provided by both media and digital platforms. So now, what is really the fundamental definition of media and digital literacy? Media literacy is the ability to access, analyze, evaluate, create, and act using all forms of media, which includes visual, audio, print, and as well in digital formats. So it is very essential to have this so-called media literacy in ourselves in order for us to critically evaluate the credibility of what we read and the reliability of what we write and share to the public. Furthermore, media literacy teaches us to apply critical thinking to media messages and to use media to create our own messages. Moreover, it aims to increase our understanding and enjoyment of how the media work, how they produce meaning, how they are organized, and how they construct reality. On the other side, digital literacy is part of media literacy, but it encompasses more on digital technologies like internet platforms, social media, and mobile devices. My mere definition of digital literacy, it is the ability to navigate various digital platforms and understand, assess, and communicate with them. In simplest sense, it is all about how you use, consume, and share digital data. As a so-called digital natives, it is very significant for us to become digitally illiterate in order to resolve the problems about fake news and public misinformation is widespread in the different populace, most evidently in digital world. So everyone, to sum it up, media and digital literacy boils down the topic of information literacy because both literacies helps you to critically analyze information and messages to evaluate credibility and quality. In addition, both literacies helps you to become aware of interpretation processes at work in the sharing of meaning. And lastly, it ameliorates your demeanor on using media content in socially responsible ways.
Hi guys! Welcome! So for today's topic, we are going to tackle about digital media are network, digital media are persistent, searchable and shareable, digital media have unknown and expected audiences, digital media experiences are real but don't always feel real. So I hope you learn and enjoy the topic for today. So for the first, digital media are network. Unlike traditional media, there are no one-way connection in digital media. In traditional media, content only flowed one way. Producers created it, then sold or licensed it to distributors who then brought it to you. In digital media, by contrast, you're no longer the final link in a distribution chain, but a node in a middle of an infinite network. You can share content with other people as easily as producers or distributors share it with you. You can share content with other people as easily as a producer or distributor share it with you. Collaboration and dialogue are the norm rather than solidarity creation and broadcasting. These links are always at least two-way, even if you're not aware of the ways you're sending data. This means that everyone and everything is linked to everything has a result. The barriers to participation are much lower than in traditional media, and everyone can publish content and find an audience. This means that users can interact with peers and celebrities at the same time. And also has important implication we need to authenticate in information of recognized sources, biases, and point of view. The network nature of digital media also makes it possible for formal and informal communities to develop online, whose norms and values are created by their members. So we can say that digital media are network. Like we experience nowadays, we use digital media in different ways. So for the second, digital media is persistent, searchable, and shareable. Digital content is permanent. Everything that is transmitted is stored somewhere and can be searched for and indexed. When considered together with the concept that digital media are network, this means that most of this content can be also be copied, shared, or spread at a trivial cost. Even things that are apparently temporary, like snapshot photos, can be copied and are almost always stored on the platforms, servers, because it's persistent. Digital content is mostly consumed asynchronously. So in this case, we should be aware that digital media is persistent, searchable, and shareable. That can be easy for us to search for what we need and share what we want. So we should be careful for this also. So for the third, digital media have unknown and expected audiences. Because digital media are network and digital content is shareable, what you share online may be seen by people who didn't intend or expect to see it. Your ability to control who see what is limited. Both content creators and traditional gatekeepers and distributors have less power to control what happens to it once it is posted. This can make it difficult to manage audiences, and there is always a risk of context collapse when what was intended for one audience says. It's seen by another as well. You may be sharing content that you're not aware of with audiences you don't know about, such as cookies and other tracking tools that record information about who you are and what you do when you visit a website. So I think the best thing we should do is we should limit on what we posted or when we visit a website so that we can be aware of it.
So for the last, digital media experiences are real but don't always feel real. Because digital media is network and digital content is shareable, what you share online may be seen by people who didn't intend or expect to see it. Your ability to control who see what it is limited. Both content creators and traditional gatekeepers and distributors have much less power to control what happens to it once it is posted. This can make it difficult to manage audiences, and there is always a difficult or a risk to context collapse when what was intended for one audience is seen by another as well. You may be sharing content that you're not aware of with audiences you don't know about, such as cookies and other tracking tools that record information about who you are and what you do when you visit a website. So the best thing you should do is be careful on what you posted or shared online, because there are some unknown and unexpected audiences that you didn't intend or expect to see it. So you should be aware. So that's all for today, and that was the key concept of digital literacy.
Okay, so now I will tell you what are the key digital literacies students can learn at home and at school. So are you excited? If yes, let's begin. So the first one is what we call searching effectively. So when we say searching effectively, it is to learn how to evaluate the quality, credibility, and the validity of media, and to give proper credit to the source. So when we say the quality of what you have searched on, it is important to check the quality if it is if it is related to the topic that you are searching on. So the second one is credibility. Yes, you will check if it is credible or not. The next one is the validity of media. So when we say if it is valid or not, check its sources. Yes, check its sources if the source is valid or not. And the last one is the give proper credit to the source. Yes, this is very important because we don't have any right to steal others' works, okay? So, for us not to plagiarize others' ideas or work, we will give their a proper credit. No, if we will use their ideas. So, again, searching effectively is to learn how to evaluate the quality, credibility, validity of media, and to give proper credit to the source. The second one is protecting their and others' private information online. So when we say protecting their and others' private information online, so with so many ways to share information, kids need to learn internet safety basics. It is very important to learn internet safety basics. So these are the internet safety basics: creating strong passwords, using privacy settings, and respecting their friends' privacy. Yes, it is important for us to learn how to make a very, very strong password for other not to easily hacked on your accounts. So the next one is using privacy settings. So it is very important when you use a application or any websites that needs accounts. So it is very important for you to explore their privacy settings. No? Yes. So the second one, the last one is respecting their friends' privacy. There are some instances that your friend will share her account or his account to you because he or she trusted you. So when we say she trusted you, so it is for you as a friend, it is really important to respect their privacy. So whatever is in there, so you will keep them also in yourself. It will always remain as secret. Okay, the third one is what we call giving proper credit when using other people's work. So in a world where anything can be copied, pasted, and even claimed as
one's own, it's critical that kids learn to correctly cite sources. Yes, for us not to plagiarize other works. So, plagiarism is a big no-no. Okay? So, when you wish to copy other ideas or other works, so it is very important for you to cite or give them a proper credit source, or to cite who is the author or who is the owner of this work. So that is for the third key digital literacy skill student can learn at home and at school. Now we're down to fourth one. So the fourth key digital literacy skill is what we call understanding digital footprints. So understanding digital footprints makes digital media so cool. Why is it so cool? So it is the ability to interact. It also creates tiny tracks across the web. Kids need to know that whenever they create a profile, post something, or comment on something, they're creating a composite profile potentially viewable by others. So when we say this, understanding digital footprints, it is the ability to interact with other people with the use of technology, with the use of social media and other applications that can be used on to communicate with other people. So everything that you post, you show in your profile, comment or shared in your social media accounts, this create a composite profile potentially viewable by others. So it means it will reflect on who you are. Okay, everything that you shown on your social media will give reflection to other people of who you are. So the fifth one is respecting each other's ideas and opinions. So when we say respecting each other's ideas and opinions, to be digitally literate, kids must understand what makes the web an amazing place. Is that for this vast virtual world to function properly. So we must all be good digital citizens. Okay, so when we say we must be all good digital citizens, we will respect everyone who is in the social media or who is in with technologies. Okay, so everyone has its different ideas, and we to become a good digital citizen. So it is important for us to hear everyone's ideas and to respect their ideas. So we must be all a good digital citizens. So that would be the fifth key digital literacy skill students can learn at home and at school. Now we're done with the 5 key digital literacy skills students can learn at home and at school. So again, the first one is searching effectively. The second one is protecting their and others' private information online. The third one is give proper credit when using other people's work. The fourth one, understanding digital footprints. And the last one is respecting each other's ideas and opinions. So those are the 5 key digital literacy skills students can learn at home and at school. I hope you learned something about it, and thank you for listening.
Digital literacy across the curriculum, it is an important entitlement for all young people. In the increasingly digital culture, it is furnishes that the young people with the skills, knowledge, understanding that will help them to take a full of active part in social, cultural, economic, and intellectual life. Nowadays, that the future to be digitally practices on the cultural resources, so that you can able to apply to digital tools and ability to make sure in meaningfully to collaborate and communicate effectively teacher, the way he discussed in front, they have a PowerPoint to easily to communicate and understand the student. Health and personal development. The program through the challenging period of the physical, social, and emotional development, based on the student's own inquiries and concern, in the address of the age-appropriate manner, so that the student also learn how to make informed choices when it comes to personal development, safety, and health, such as choosing to eat the right foods and avoiding the unhealthy choice, like first of pressure. Technology and ICT. It is information communication has a wide range of functions in education, such as communicate, learning tools, management, and information sources, and etc. ICT has a great impact of education. An example are national curriculum has mandatory helpful to use a computer as soon as possible, so that we continue and higher education. Therefore, almost all students how to learn subjective using ICT, because technology has a big part of our daily life, because when it comes to find a job, we have a background on how using the technologies. Technology and ICT. It is information communication has a wide range of function in education, such as communicate, learning tools, management, and information sources, and etc. ICT has a great impact of education. An example are national curriculum has mandatory helpful to use a computer as soon as possible, so that we continue and higher education. Therefore, almost all students how to learn subjective using ICT, because technology has a big part of our daily life, because when it comes to find a job, we have a background on how using the technologies. Civic is about digital platform that being used both offline and online field. For example, are the program being used in some offices of managing their staff. These digital technologies help the student to engage the prefer using the platforms or programs of digital tools, which they can use in the future when they work.
Okay, now let's talk about what is this digital citizenship. Or have you ever asked yourself, where does this digital citizenship fit in? If yes, stay tuned and let's talk about it. When we say digital citizenship, it is a character education. A character education in a network world. Okay, so now I will read you a statement where one teacher puts this digital citizenship as one of the big mission statements and themes of their school is building character today for communities of tomorrow. As the teacher said, we are always tying things back into good character and how we want to be perceived by others, how we want to treat others, and how we want others to treat us. Technology provides one more way to teach it and one more way to make it relevant to students. So that statement came from a teacher. So we all know that technology teaches us how to be a digital citizen and how to be a good digital citizen. So being a critically engaged user and consumer of media is essential part of active citizenship in the 21st century. We use media to inform ourselves, to help shape our opinions, to interact with others, and to interact with our communities and to make our voices heard. So it says here that in the 21st century, we all know that technology teaches us to become a good citizen. And being a consumer of media or engaged user of media or in other forms of media like social medias and everything, it is a very essential to us to become part and being active in citizenship, in digital citizenship. So we use media to inform ourselves. Yes, there are news and other informations that we get to inform ourselves and to become ourselves updated in what happens or in what happened in our country or in our municipality, or where do you live in, or where do you came from. The next one is to help shape our opinions. We all know that everyone in social media or in media is respecting each other's ideas. There are bashers, but we all know that there are still people that that will coincide with you and will respect your idea. So next one is to interact with our communities and make our voices heard. There are lots of medias and social medias that make us to communicate with other people. For example, if this is Facebook. Facebook is very famous to us. I think this is the most used app to communicate other people. So the next one is models for digital citizenship are generally framed around elements such as rights and responsibilities, participation or civic engagement, norms of behavior or etiquette, and a sense of belonging and membership. So these are the models for digital citizenship. Being a knows the elements such as rights and responsibilities of being a digital citizen, participation or civic engagement, norms of behavior or etiquette. It doesn't mean that everyone in social media is free. Everything you post or everything you do in social media is alright, but you would still think for the good etiquette, because everything you post, everything you share will reflect for who you are. Will give viewers some idea of who you are and a sense of belonging and membership. So those are where this digital citizenship fit in. So digital citizenship is closely aligned to civics in a traditional sense, where understanding digital media and being able to use it is becoming a vital part of active citizenship. So for everything you do while using media is being a vital part of being an active citizen in digital. As media messages dominate our political debates and tools such as Facebook and Twitter are used for activism and organizing political movements around the world, is increasingly important for young men. Yes. So example of this is using Facebook and Twitter or some other forms of social media, such as using Instagram or even using TikTok. Yes, it also helps you to become a part or being an active in digital citizenship. Okay, so I hope you learned something about where does this digital citizenship fit in. So again, the digital citizenship fit in where you have such these elements like rights and responsibilities, participation or civic engagement, norms of behavior or etiquette, and a sense of belongingness and membership. So I hope you learned something from me, and thank you for listening.
So guys, let's proceed to the netiquette. Netiquettes, or net plus etiquette, is the code of proper conduct applied to virtual online spaces. This code is dictated by common sense rules or manners and social convention.
The purpose of Netiquette is to help construct and maintain a pleasant, comfortable, and efficient environment for online communication, as well as to avoid placing strain on the system and generating conflict among users. But wait, how are we going to practice classroom etiquette when we are now have an online classroom? Before responding, think about your comments. Is it truthful? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? And finally, are your words kind? And if we all think about our comments before try, we will create a successful learning environment. Just like we practice active listening, we want to practice active reading before posting. So always read what is written before you make a post. You do not want to waste our previous learning minutes repeating the same things over and over. We want to get a brand new ideas and keep the conversation going. Next, it is important that we stay on topic. We only want to post thoughts, link, pictures, comments of things that are related to our discussions. Staying on topic will help ensure that we are working on the same learning target. Next, it is important to remember that we are on learning setting. This is our online classroom. So when we are commenting, we have to remember to use correct conversations. Our sentence structure should be correct, and we should be checking spelling before we post anything. After all, we are practicing our language. Also remember, it is important to respect the opinions and perspectives of others. It is okay to respectfully to disagree. For example, you could say, I hear what you're saying, but I have to disagree because, and give your reason. Your opinion is more likely to be considered by the other party when done nicely. Also remember two simple phrases, please and thank you. When you are asking for others' ideas or help, simple phrases like could someone please help me or give me an idea for, and always remember to follow up with the things for your response when someone gives you a hand. Also, if you do decide to help a classmate, make sure that you're being correct. Only respond to people asking for help if you have good, accurate information. Don't guess, because guessing could lead your classmate down the wrong learning path. Finally, be supportive. Give specific positive feedback to your classmates. Make sure your details was as good about something by saying something like, I really like the way you did this. Remember, this is our means of interacting with each other in an academic way right now. Thinking before we respond is the online version of raising your hand, and it will help everyone succeed in this new distance learning journey. So let your factful comments be your voice in this challenging and exciting new adventure.